Why are we acting like Rui Hachimura is going to take the Lakers to the championship? This guy has gotten worse every year. My goodness, talk about a bust. The fact that we got fleeced like that in another trade with the Lakers after what we saw with Thomas Bryant happen blows my mind. Does our GM have dementia? I don't know what's going on. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. The squad rides are 35-21, and tomorrow they're going to be 36-21. College of Charleston, they win big. Book that shit. They're fucking winning huge.
I've talked about it a million times. Baylor's guards can't guard a park car. I just think this Baylor defense is going to get absolutely shredded.
What? You have 10 U's on the Sens, bro?
Ready? Here we go.
Oh, my God.
There it is.
There you go.
Plus 115. Boom. You know why? Because I trust the squad ride and that shit prints. What is going on, squad? Happy Thursday. Holy shit, it's almost the weekend. BTL episode 169 piece. Nice. With your guy Jovan, as always, Krabs, and joined by Ben Carey from Capwise today. Ben, how we feeling, man?
Fellas, how's it going?
You getting some rest?
Dude, it's long hours, man. You know how it is, man. Like,
I don't know how it is.
Well, I'm just saying with college basketball, you know,
Sure.
just like we were on a late night stream last night and someone came in and they said, man, watching the stream just makes me realize like how much more work I need to do. And I know guys like you are grinding too. Like you can't just wake up and pick winners. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes, and it's crunch time. It's February. We're getting close to conference tournament play, which is insane. And then March Madness. So
this season is flying.
Yeah.
Absolutely flying. We're halfway through the year. Shit, maybe even a speck further. Halfway through conference play, maybe even a little bit further, right? We got conference play a month away, like you said, conference tournaments, which in my opinion might be the best part of college basketball. I'm super excited to see, you know, the ACC tournament and who the heck is coming out of that. And to be completely honest, you could probably say that about a lot of conferences this year. It's going to be madness.
What's your favorite conference tournament? Like a sleep, ACC, of course, but like maybe under the radar that you're like, man, this is always a fun one to tune into, maybe where it's at, location-wise or just storyline-wise.
Yeah, and I want to hear what Javon's got to say too, but I'll give mine first. It's definitely the A10. A lot of the schools are around me, right? They had it last year in D.C. at Capital One. Nobody was there. Obviously, it's the freaking A10. You think they're selling out the Verizon Center or whatever they call it now? No, that place is huge. And I have a ticket guy there, obviously. Hit up my guy. I was like, hey, we got a squad looking to do some fun shit today. It was on like a Saturday afternoon or something. We had nothing else to do. They had the championship on. I was like, you got any suites? Any suites available? And he's like, yeah, but they're pretty expensive. I did some research, looked around online. Some of them were going for pretty cheap on like resale for Vivid Seats and shit. And I was like, hey, I found a couple that are pretty cheap right here. I know for a fact they're not sold out. Can you do anything for us? And he's like, yeah, we'll match the price. Boom. Got a suite. We didn't get like food or anything like that, but we just went to brunch before, got sloshed, walked over to Capital One, enjoyed the game in the suite. It was fucking electric. It was awesome. So I will always have a soft spot in my heart for the 810 after that.
Yeah.
It was bonkers.
A10's always fun. It's no secret.
One heck of a game, too. Richmond beat Davidson, which was nice, too, because I absolutely nuked the Spiders.
There you go.
Some underrated ones. You have the Arch Madness, of course, Missouri Valley. That's always a fun one. Yep. The Big Sky, I'm biased, of course, but they play that in Boise, Idaho now. And I need to get out there for one of those. Probably not this year, maybe next. But, yeah, conference tournament time, man. It's always fun. There's always going to be some sleepers that make a run and, you know, some auto bids that maybe get cut out, right?
And we've got, the Mountain West does it in Vegas, too, right? So – I mean, who knows? UNLV, I feel like we talk about this every year. They win one game in that tournament. Everyone starts talking about how, they're going to have home court advantage. I'll believe it when I see it, right, if they get that far. But that's also always an insane tournament, too.
Vegas is crazy, right? Pac-12, Mountain West, WCC, and there was a fourth. I think they might have moved it. Maybe Big West? I'm not sure. I think I'm missing one. But, yeah.
They got plenty of action out there, to say the least.
Yeah, they got it all.
This year they got real rounds out there too. They got regionals out there in Vegas this year for the tournament.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's going to be nuts.
Ooh, tickets are going to be a pretty penny for that, man.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I'd probably rather be over at the Cosmo just watching it on all screens.
Yeah.
To be completely
Yep.
honest with you.
Facts.
Our guy Skywalker Captain saying, how scared am I with the Holster line move? I'm petrified. Skywalker. I'm absolutely shaking in my boots. And we'll talk about that as well. Guys, pretty much only have CBB today. Not really going to go deep in NBA. Don't really care enough. And I know hockey's off today too. So we're going to go over a college basketball weekend preview, kind of like we did on Monday. We'll talk about, game of the week coming up the rest of the week, bounce back spots, upset alerts. I mean, plenty of great games to choose from. My goodness, this was tough to narrow them down. But I want to start with our guy Jovan here. We can go ahead and start with game of the week. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, Saturday, whatever, Sunday. Who gives a hoot? What do you got for game of the week the rest of the way?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Saturday. I'm going to go Purdue, Indiana, which we've talked about this game a little bit because I've been looking forward to it because I think it's a spot where Purdue potentially goes down, especially with Indiana coming off of that upset on the road against Maryland. But this is a matchup between, I think it's pretty undebatable, the two best players in college basketball with Zach Edey and TJD. So that's going to be an absolutely electric matchup, especially in Bloomington. So I'm really, really looking forward to that game. And I'm really interested to see the line when it drops. I think it's
What's
probably
your prediction?
I would think the shortest line Purdue's seen all year, potentially.
You think they're still a favorite?
I don't know. I mean,
I was thinking about that. I think it's going to be like Purdue favored by like 1.5.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really close.
It is Indiana. They got some magical powers at home, right? Who knows? I like taking that team at home, but not on the road. Gosh, completely different ball club. But Trace Jackson Davis is cracked out right now, to say the least. That's going to be a great one to watch. Must watch, 100%. When is that on? Is that Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
What time?
Earlier.
Okay.
I think earlier.
Trying to let the people know so they can memory bank that.
Yeah.
But it probably is early knowing college basketball. Put all the good games on it. 4 Eastern? Cool.
Yeah.
Put all their early games on, good games on early. Makes no sense. All right, Ben, what do you got, man? Game of the week.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. And I feel like maybe I stole this from you because I feel like this is one you might have said. But Gonzaga, St. Mary's.
This is a good one.
It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a home game for St. Mary's. I believe Gonzaga has won 9 of the last 10 in this matchup, but the last time they did lose was last year. It was at St. Mary's home court. I think St. Mary's is going to be the favorite here. I don't think that's a hot take at all. I'm very curious what the line's going to be. And I think a lot of people are going to jump on St. Mary's. So it's going to be really interesting to see what Gonzaga does because Gonzaga, I mean, we all know this. They're a different team from years prior. Their guard play is just slacking a little bit. Every time I'm like, don't give up on Gonzaga. They've been letting me down. They're not covering. I think they've been one of the worst ATS teams so far this year. So this is just going to be one of those games where it's like, hey, you could really make a statement and win on the road against St. Mary's, but if St. Mary's wins by 5+, I'm not going to feel confident about Gonzaga headed into March Madness.
I think I'm already at that point. Drew Timmy's doing his thing, right? No, I got no qualms with him. He stepped it up after, a first week or so of the season, but he's been cracked. I mean, he's not the issue. The issue is they got nobody else. They don't have another star on that team, which they're used to having, to be honest with you. They have a couple decent guards, but nothing crazy, no Jalen Suggs type.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. I think St. Mary's will be favored in that game, and that's going to be probably the game of the night.
Well, I wanted to ask Jovan this. So, Strother, it was funny because I saw these reports saying, he could be a first-rounder. He's going to declare. And it almost seems like he's had so many opportunities to take over games and, drop 25, 30 points, and he just hasn't done it. So it's been disappointing to watch because I feel like he has the potential, but he just hasn't had enough of those games back-to-back where you're like, okay, this guy can play at the next level.
Yeah. I mean, he goes in short bursts. I mean, he had that one game against Portland, which is against Portland, probably one of the worst defenses in the country where he took over for 40. But other than that, he goes ghost for a majority of these games, which is scary, not just if you're an NBA team trying to evaluate him, but if you're Gonzaga trying to go into March and you don't have that guy consistently from the guard position that you can rely on to go get you a bucket and take over the game, kind of screwed. So I'm with you. He's a little too inconsistent for my liking.
What do you think the spread's going to be?
I think Zags might be dogs by 2.5.
2.5.
I'm thinking like 2.5, 3. They're definitely going to be dogs.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
So I'm looking at the games tonight. Both these teams play tonight, St. Mary's and Gonzaga, right? They both face, relatively equivalent teams. I don't know what they're at in the Ken Palm. I don't know if somebody wants to be a superhero or not and look it up real quick. But
well, I know St. Mary's has been getting respect from Ken Palm a lot all year. So I would assume
I meant more the
opponents,
teams that they're playing. So like St. Mary's is playing San Francisco. They're laying 12 at home. Gonzaga is playing Santa Clara. They're laying 13 at home. Santa Clara, San Francisco. Similar records. I'm assuming they're pretty similar in the Ken Palm. I'm just using my brain here. I haven't looked today.
San Francisco's a little higher.
Probably.
But yeah. I think at the end of the day, as long as both Gonzaga and St. Mary's, win pretty easily.
92 and 96, they're right there. So my point is, I wanted to see, who was getting more respect here at home with a fatter line. And still, even though St. Mary's has been just better, Gonzaga's still laying 13. And getting that more line respect than St. Mary's has ever really gotten. So I wouldn't be shocked to see this be a pick'em, right? Both these teams are playing equal teams tonight, and Gonzaga is still a heavier favorite by only a point, though. So we'll see what happens. It is on St. Mary's home court. It's going to be, line aside, it's going to be just a great game. I'm stoked.
I should have done the research beforehand, but this has to be one of the first times in a while that if St. Mary's is the favorite, that they've been the favorite over Gonzaga.
Yeah, can't imagine the last time that's been the case. Yeah. Couldn't tell you. Probably not in my college basketball following lifetime.
So does Krabs put on the Krabs hat and then take Gonzaga?
Yeah, it's tough. It might be a stay away spot. Yeah. We're gonna have to see though. We're gonna have to see.
I'm gonna have to think about this one. So
that might just be a game of the week type. That might just be just enjoy it.
That's tough.
Yeah.
For my game of the week, I got a game tomorrow. A little A10. Speaking of the A10. I got a sleepy good game tomorrow that's pretty important. We got VCU at St. Louis. Look, I don't know what I'm going to be betting in this or what I like. I know St. Louis is coming off a loss. VCU has looked pretty damn good. Pretty sure they're at the top of the A10 right now, but it's pretty close. Everyone is relatively within, a game or so. This is kind of a must-win game for either of these sides. Two of debatably the best teams in the A10. I mean, Dayton has really not looked great of late, not really impressed me. In my opinion, it could be either of these two teams, and whoever wins this one has a big advantage going forward. So, if this is a weird spread, if we're seeing VCU as a favorite on the road here, I'm probably going to be on the Rams. I like that team. I don't really care for what I've been seeing out of St. Louis so far this season, to be just completely frank. I am disappointed a little bit. A team that I was very high on earlier on, they need to be playing better, but it could start tomorrow. We'll see. That's a night game, 7 o'clock Eastern time on Friday. All right? What do you guys think?
Like it.
Who do you think wins that game?
That's a tough one. I can't say I have much success trying to figure out what St. Louis is going to do on any given game. So if they come out and they're playing well against the VCU team, it's probably going to frustrate them for a little bit. I would lean their way, pull off a little upset.
I mean, okay. I initially lean VCU, but it's one of those tricky spots. Like those Friday night games, man. I know Krabs has picked up on this. They're funky.
Dude,
man.
There's been days I just haven't really been betting on Fridays. College basketball Fridays have been the weirdest day. First of all, the games are the worst. Unfortunately it's a lot of MAC, and not the cool MAC, the AA MAC.
Some Ivy League too sometimes.
Sure, I hate the Ivy League. Yep.
Yeah.
Jaden's asking, how are we not going to mention Iowa State, Kansas? We're 1/3 the way through, brother. Be patient. We'll be all right.
Hey, what about Let's move. For an honorable mention real quick? Green Bay,
please.
IUPUI.
Dude.
Give me a banger.
Is that today?
Man. It's on Saturday. It's on Saturday. So
don't let IUPUI get hot. They're down the stretch right now. They're only down 1 point to Milwaukee.
Hey, props to them because last year to this year, their team is night and day, which is crazy because they're still like very bottom of Ken Palm, but they look better than last year. Last year was like it felt like they were just pulling kids off the street, right?
Mm-hmm. Literally. I mean, they had tryouts midseason. Who does that?
Yeah, they did.
Wow. That's probably why the program's going under, right?
So it's just going away, or is it like going I thought they were going to combine schools. I forget like what the deal was there.
Yeah, they're getting absorbed into one of the other Indiana schools. So I mean, like IUPUI, I don't think is a thing anymore, but
Damn.
there
The
won't
whole
be a
school
thing anymore.
itself is closing down.
I believe so. Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody check the Carfax
Yeah.
in
Let's
chat.
check
Somebody
it out.
with too much time on their hands, check the Carfax.
Somebody's got
Let's
to know.
move. Let's move on to best bounce back spot for the rest of the week. Javon, who do you think bounces back this weekend or
I'll
today?
take Baylor going up there at home facing Texas Tech, which Texas Tech, shout out them, huge comeback win against Iowa State, biggest comeback in program history.
Never in doubt.
Now I'd like to fade that for sure. Early Saturday game going into the Farrell Center is not going to be easy, and this is a Baylor team who looked pretty unstoppable until these last two games where they pulled out a really tough game against Arkansas, didn't cover that game. Then they went to Texas, very tough place to play there too, and lost that game, hard-fought game. So now I think this is their get-right game. I think this is where we get the kind of Texas Tech performance that we've seen and at times been frustrated with for a lot of the conference season. So I think Texas Tech has a pretty good chance to get run out of this gym on Saturday.
Ben, what do you think, man? You agree?
Yeah, I think I'm on board with that. I can't really argue against that. So I think that's a good look. I haven't watched as much Baylor as I should have, but I'm always going to trust Jovan on his Texas basketball takes, especially with Abilene last night, dude. That was insane.
Yeah, shout out Abilene.
What happened in the second half? I didn't watch it, but I saw the box score and I was like, "What the fuck happened?"
They look like the Warriors. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
they couldn't miss. They're just getting everything at the rim.
And then Seattle only 18 points, I think, in the second half.
Well,
Yeah,
Seattle has no heart. Is how I would put it. I guess they got no leader. They got no hearts of that team. It's just a bunch of softies running around, and they don't know how to close. They don't. Plain and simple, they're the softest team I've ever seen. So, not surprising. I mean, Javon, as soon as you said let's fade Seattle, it didn't take much convincing. I was so in for that.
A lot of people were asking me about that. They're like, "Are you on Abilene?" What was the model saying? I think the model liked Abilene, but I was like, "Hey, if Javon's on, I trust him."
Sure, good pick.
enough.
Good pick. King Dre. Yep, UAB is winning today. We'll talk about that later. All right. Ben, best bounce back spot. What do you got?
Let's go with Clemson. Clemson, coming off the loss to Boston College, I'm hitting myself because I definitely was leaning Boston College in that spot. I think you were on it. Didn't end up picking it, but I knew it was going to be a tough spot for Clemson. But now they get to go back home. They haven't lost at home all season. So I think this is just a great spot. I know Miami's going to be tough to take down, but again, you're riding that trend. They haven't lost at home. I know it's somewhat square, but I think at this point, there's certain teams in these power conferences that they just play better at home. And I think it starts to cook into their brains like, hey, we're back at home, and they just have more confidence. And it's just outside of like the home court advantage and like the crowd noise and things like that. I think it's just they know that they're a superior team at home and they're going to show it. So I'm going to go with Clemson. I'm probably going to guess that line is going to be close to like -2, 2.5 for Clemson. We'll see. It's hard to say because Miami has been playing a little better, but at home, I think
Miami gets no respect on the lines.
They don't.
What it is.
Yeah.
it's kind of
They
weird.
cont-
It
they
was
continue to
like
cover
that
and
last
win.
year too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, you guys
They're
like
not
that one?
believers.
Yeah, I like that one for sure.
I'm always down to fade Miami. It never works, but I'm in. This is my Providence of the season. I think it's Miami.
The new Providence, eh?
I can't hit a bet on them. I can't when I take them. I can't. They lose when I fade them, which is more often. They usually win. I mean that game against the Hokies the other night. My goodness. That
Yeah,
was wild.
I think.
That was like an NBA game.
We've tried to fade Miami quite a few times. I think this is probably one of the best spots that we've had to do it with Clemson coming off of that Boston College loss where they looked abysmal, and now they're coming at home where they've been really, really good. So I think it's a little more than just the line for this one.
Okay. Let PJ Hall eat.
Yeah,
Let him eat. He's a stud.
he should feast.
He
And then Hunter
should
Tyson.
feast. Yeah, they should. They should do what Basili and Mutz could never do, unfortunately. All right, my bounce back spot of the week, I'm going to go with Iowa State. Now, do I think they win this game? It depends on what the line comes out at. You guys know how I am. But this is a huge bounce back spot. Look, people are saying Kansas is back, right? 2 impressive wins back to back, to say the least, I would say. And Iowa State, not so much. The opposite. They have lost 3 of 4. They haven't covered in 2 weeks. They have not looked great. Now they are going home, which is huge for them. They play way better at home, just like pretty much every team. And I could see Iowa State bouncing back here and getting this done. Caleb Grill shooting like Steph Curry out here. I know they didn't get it done the other night, but if he's shooting like that, this team's playing at home. I mean, barring the biggest meltdown I've ever seen in my entire life in a sporting event, I think Iowa State can lock down here and potentially knock off Kansas here and bounce back. Give me the Cyclones.
He was shooting to the final seconds too, man. He had an air ball in that final possession.
He was shooting. Well, no one else could shoot.
He had to, dude. He was
unreal. He really did.
Yeah, he was unreal to start that game. But I'm hoping Iowa State wins because I would love for them to win, and then I would fade the hell out of them going into the Morgantown on Wednesday because that's perfect.
I'm almost mad I watched that Iowa State second half because now I'm like, I never want to bet on Iowa State again. But this is why Krabs is coming on here to say, like, guys, you have to forget all about that, right? If you were on Iowa State and just move forward because their team, they can get hot. We've seen it, and if you just bet against them out of spite, that's never going to turn out good. So,
and this is not your Mima's average Iowa State. They can score a little bit. They're top 3 in conference in scoring, which is new for them, and we know their defense is elite. It's elite every year, and they have a very very good coach. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be an incredible game. Of course, it's at noon on Saturday. Great. All right, Jovan, upset alert. Who do you got, man?
Oh, I mean, there's honestly quite a few that I could have picked for this weekend because I think it's going to be a wild one, but I'm going to stick with kind of the one that I've been looking at for a while, unfortunately, and I think it's TCU. I think they go into Stillwater and they lose this game because I was a little worried because I kind of, as a fan, I thought they were going to come into this week and honestly get swept, and they looked a little more impressive than I thought against West Virginia, which was awesome, but they shot very well. They got out and transitioned very well, which are all things that are probably not going to happen against Oklahoma State's defense because Oklahoma State, that's their entire identity. TCU's always struggled when they go into Stillwater, and Oklahoma State's been playing a little better recently as well. Their defense has always been good. Now they're starting to put the ball in the hoop a little bit. This is still a team without Mike Miles, which kills pretty much any offensive initiation if it's not on a fast break. They just had, Shahada Wells, backup point guard, have a legacy game. Eddie Lampkin came back out of nowhere and played really, really well. But now he's going to see much bigger bodies in there with Caleb Boone and a couple other guys. Cisse too. I think they're going to have a little bit of trouble. I think it's going to be a big offensive struggle game. I wouldn't be surprised to see a shockingly low total in that game.
OK State 9-2 at home this year. No joke. They play better at home. This has been a thing for a couple years. That's a tough place to play. You're not joking around when you're saying TCU might get upset in Stillwater this weekend.
Yeah, Lucky thought about making the trip, weather permitting, but I don't want to go see us lose.
Oh yeah. Maybe sit this one out.
Yeah.
This is random, but who was that white boy like 5-6 years back? I think he's now an assistant. Maybe he was even longer, who played for Oklahoma State. That shooter, he was like 5'7". You guys know who I'm talking about? Oh my god!
I feel like I can see.
Someone in chat's gonna have me. He shot like I think 40% from 3 one year for Oklahoma State. Anyways, that was just a random thought I had in my head.
Phil Forte.
Is that who it was? I think he ended up coaching at Oklahoma State like as an assistant.
I mean, he's definitely a small white dude who looks like exactly what you're talking about. He might be an assistant at St. Louis now or something. He's definitely coach.
Keaton Page. That's who I'm thinking of.
Page. That's it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Keaton Page, man. Man, that was like 12 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, that was.
Bro, that guy was a bucket, man. Oh my goodness. That white boy. Well, he is white.
Phil Forte, another guy. Also apparently the same boat, but I do not know either of those guys. I'll be completely honest with you. We might be a little too young for that, Ben. I don't want to date you, but I don't think I have memories.
Wait, you weren't watching college basketball when you were like 8?
No, but if it was my choice, I would have been.
What were you watching?
I was a big Elmo guy. Not when I was 8 though. Growing up, big SpongeBob guy. Probably
Bro,
around
I
that time.
love SpongeBob.
Still love SpongeBob. It's great.
Yeah.
Noted.
Happy 1 year of the Commanders. Thank you, Dolbats. I appreciate it. What a misfire.
What a
Unbelievable.
that's a great anniversary right there.
They're like celebrating it today on social media. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
No, that's wild.
Celebrating a shittier name.
My
All
favorite part about that, Krabs, real quick. Sorry, I gotta.
no,
any
You're
Commanders,
good,
yeah, is the guy who came in and he like trademarked like 10 of the Washington blank names.
dude. Yeah, genius.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah,
Anyways.
smart as shit. And then Dan Schneider had to go walking over and pay that man.
Yeah,
Genius. Hey, big news though. Major Tuddy is going to the Pro Bowl. For those asking, those wondering, I know you guys have been losing sleep over it of late. Yes, he is going. He's packed his bags. There's a picture of him on Twitter rolling a suitcase. He's going. All right.
Well deserved.
That is one of the only wins of the season for the team. I absolutely love that fucker.
he can't wear that on the plane, right? Can you
Oh,
just
he's
walk
rocking
in
it.
through security? Just walk in as a mascot?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Great.
Maybe
Oh,
probably
that's
use
awesome.
it once.
You probably got to take off the suit going through TSA. I'm no scientist, but probably.
First class, on the PJ.
He's probably got a whole row. He's just posted
Yeah.
up. Who knows?
Yep.
You know they got my man Major Tuddy in first class. Come on.
He was getting
gotta-
some
you gotta take
unnecessary
care
strays on Twitter, man. I'm like, y'all got to chill with Major
People didn't like
Tuddy.
it.
No.
People didn't like it. I'm like, I kind of like it, and I hate everything we do. So I feel like that's a good sign, right? I'm usually I'm pretty tough to please when it comes to the Manders these days. Not shocking, but all right, let's move. We got a couple more things to talk about here. Ben, upset alert. What do you got this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Michigan. So this was not a popular
Tonight?
play. Yeah, this is tonight against Northwestern.
Sure.
So I gave this out last night on our late night stream, and it was almost funny because the initial first 5 comments, and granted, these people staying up late with me, they're on the sharper side, but they were like, "Whoa, Michigan," right? That was like the first reaction, and I grabbed it at +5. It's moved, but I like where the line is moving. And Northwestern hasn't been the best team at home. They've already lost 3, I believe, in conference. The thing with these Big Ten home games, the first reaction, if it's just, oh, well, I don't want to bet on a road team in the Big Ten. I understand that. But if it was that easy, we would just bet every home Big Ten team, right? So I think at some point you just have to look at these matchups in a vacuum. And I think Michigan can keep this close and potentially win. I think the spread's 3.5 now, so it's not a crazy long shot, but yeah, give me the Wolverines in an upset spot on the road.
Let's go. Yeah, Coach Duke, you tell my bot who's boss, man. You let him know. All right. I saw something today. I don't want to botch the stat, but it was something along the lines of Northwestern is 1-4 this year when they play against teams averaging more than 70 points per game. So Michigan falls into that bucket. Michigan also owns Northwestern. I can't tell you the last time they've lost to them. I don't really care if it's on the road or home here. Love the line move, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably a little too late. I would have liked to grab this at +4.5 when it opened. Now you're getting +3. So
Right.
What line did you get?
I got it at 5. I got a really good number.
Holy shit.
The thing with this game is if Michigan can extend and hit some threes in the perimeter and make that defense kind of extend a little bit, I think it's going to open things up. But if they get cold from 3, I'm not going to be feeling good about this one. But like you said, or someone in chat said, Northwestern doesn't have the best home court atmosphere in the Big Ten. So
Definitely not. And yeah, A-Board, I appreciate it. That's the stat. When they give up 70 points, they are 1-4 this year. Okay. That's what it is. All right. My upset alert. Shocker. I'm going to go with the Hokies pulling off an upset at home against Virginia and Kihei Clark. All right. The line's going to be short. I wouldn't be surprised if we're a favorite for some reason. Probably should have won the other nights. Had a bazillion stupid turnovers and missed opportunities, and terrible defense to go along with it. We know these VT games against UVA, they're always weirdly close. We split all the time. We even split when we suck. This team doesn't suck. They've just been playing like they suck. And if they can't get going at home against UVA, I can't help them. And Mike Young can't either. So he'll have those boys going. I know Justin Mutz, Couture will have these boys absolutely ready to play for sure. Stop turning the ball over. This is going to be a low-scoring game. If they can do that and make their layups, they missed 4 layups the other night. If they could stop the turnovers and stop missing fucking layups, they win this game at home. Don't care what the line is. Virginia's on upset alert this weekend. They are. All right.
I saved that one for you, by the way. I was gonna use Virginia Tech as mine, but I'm like, I know Krabs is gonna be on this one. I love the spot for him.
Yeah.
So do I. I love the spot every fucking game with VT that they never win.
How many times has Kie Clark played in
Against
Blacksburg?
us?
It's got to be
A
like
lot.
over 5 at this point. Like in Blacksburg, like it's insane.
Yeah. He usually doesn't play too well in Blacksburg. He usually dominates us at home. He turns into fucking, I don't even know who he turns into Kyrie Irving at home.
I was gonna say John Gray on the road. Little baseball reference for you, Javon.
Josiah Gray or John Gray.
Yeah,
or
both of them. Probably both of them.
Yeah, they both
Honestly,
suck on the
yeah.
road.
Yeah. That was like an autoplay for me like 2 years ago. It was like John Gray on the road. It's like bet the other team and did pretty well.
Worked
That's
out.
facts. Jocko, I'll probably talk about college lacrosse for 3 minutes tomorrow. I got one play I like. We'll talk about tomorrow.
Is that heating
college
up?
lacrosse starting up this weekend? Yep.
Ooh.
No PLL, but it is college lacrosse, which is, I mean, debatably better. Definitely.
Who's going to win it all this year?
Probably Maryland. They got a fucking cornerback on the football team who's now playing on the lacrosse team. I mean, he grew up playing lacrosse. He was a fucking Maryland guy. I'm sure he's absolutely nasty. I just don't see how Maryland doesn't win the whole thing this year. They're absolutely stacked once again. They are.
That's crazy. That's actually very interesting that they have a football player out there. But like you said, he did play lacrosse, but that's going to be fun. I'm going to have to check him out.
Yeah.
Georgetown is going to be nasty. Yep. UVA will be nasty. Yep. Yeah, look at his high school highlights. I'm assuming they're nuts, Jocko. I'm assuming they're nuts.
It's just
All right, let's
backpedaling
move.
coverage.
Dude, I think they're going to probably have him play in defense, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying. So, all right. Let's talk about a couple of these good games today before you hop off, Ben. We'll go for about five or so more minutes here. Let's cut the shit and get right to the game of the night. FAU and UAB. Ben, you already said you're on UAB.
Yeah.
Everyone I know, I walked out, got a coffee today. People walking on the street saying they're on UAB. Everyone's on fucking UAB already.
Yeah. UAB writes it on the cup. You're like, what the fuck?
I'm like, what is going on here? This is not good. Yeah, I don't like that everyone's already on them. It is what it is. It could be, fake sharp line. It could be too easy. I don't know. I don't care. I'm going to find out. All right? I'm going to bet them responsibly, and I'm going to find out tonight. Give me UAB. Look, Jelly Walker hasn't played in a minute. He's supposed to be coming back today. I don't like buying good news like that, but shit, I mean, number one, if he doesn't play and this is the line, I'm going to be taking out a loan and putting them on the Blazers. All right? Number two, if he does play, I mean, that's not your average guy coming back from injury. That's, one of the best players in the country. And that makes a huge difference. Number three, these guys already played last month. It was a crazy game, went down to the wire. It was like 80-something to 80-something. I think it was 88 to 86 final. FAU won at home by 2 right at the end. Very close. Look, personally, I've watched FAU play a little bit. They win with defense. I don't really expect them to put up another 80-burger against UAB. I know UAB's defense isn't great, but that's not like FAU to do that. And I think if UAB can replicate what they did in that first game and put up, damn near 80 points, I don't really see how FAU keeps up and does it again. I don't see how they keep getting away with it personally. Give me Jelly Walker at home. And look, both these teams are great at rebounding. They're both like top 20 in rebounding in college basketball, which is nuts to think about. It's probably because it's just the teams they're going up against. But UAB is better. They're third offensively rebounding wise. They got out rebounded pretty well in that first time around. I don't expect that to happen again. I think UAB comes out hungry at home. Much needed win. Look, they were preseason favorites. They're in 4th. FAU came out of left field, out of nowhere. This is when regression strikes. This is when everything gets back on track. The Blazers get it done at home. Take the M out.
I'm with you there. And look, here's how I break this down. If UAB right now is sitting at 1.5, right, and Walker doesn't play, I think it ends up closer to a pick-em. But if it is announced that he is in, I think we're going to see this line move to like 3 because he's that much of a difference maker. And someone in chat said it. if he doesn't play, like, why did he come back, right, for this season? This is the type of game he wants to be in. So I feel like if he's anywhere close to coming back, he's going to try to come back in this one. It does scare me a little bit, like if he is a little rusty to start, but without him, they've looked good. I think it's is it Buffin who's kind of stepped up. KJ Buffin, he had like a double, then he dropped 20. So they have guys who can score, and they've been playing decent without him. So give me the Blazers at home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think it's not even like offensively how other guys have stepped up kind of in his absence. That makes me like it. But even without him, they've looked better defensively, which I think is awesome. And I don't think it's going to be the same run and gun. You're going to get 170 points type game, even with Jelly Walker if he plays. I guess the total being lower kind of indicates that. Maybe it plays a little into his injury, but whatever it is, if he's not playing, I love it. If he's playing, I still love it too, even though I hate buying good news. But I'm not an FAU believer, personally. They win with defense. They don't really impress me, though. They have guys who can score, but it's nothing like that's in your face. Yeah, I mean, they do. I love John L. Davis. I love John.
They got two dudes who average more than 10 points a game.
Yeah, I mean, they're a very balanced team. So it's not like they have one standout guy like a Antoine Walker, or Antoine Davis, like a Jelly Walker, like one of those guys. You got a couple of guys, John L. Davis off the bench too. I mean, you got a lot of guys. I think UAB matches up pretty well with them though, Jelly Walker or not.
And I don't really think we're like buying the good news yet because it hasn't been announced he's in yet. So again, I think if that is announced officially, that line's going to move. And someone asked about college basketball injuries. It's really tough because guys will come out. You're like, oh, he's playing today. Or there's been times where guys are in a walking boot and you're like, wait, I heard nothing about this, right?
Yeah.
So you just never know sometimes.
Thing is, I mean, too, like, because I was looking at this game as like one of the most important games of the week, because I think it is. It's FAU's prove it game, which we're on UAB, so I don't think they do. But also looking at their schedule, there's not many more opportunities that they have to really screw up. And that's not saying that they can't go, this weekend and lose to Charlotte, who's a tough team. They can't go and lose to Rice, who's also a really good team. But this is like the game that is circled, and I want them to prove it. I don't think they're this good. I think UAB is a little better than they performed. Yes, injuries, whatever, but I think this is the really important game that UAB takes it over.
I love it.
Need it. Don't want it. Need it. Any thoughts on Houston and Wichita's?
Oh, man. Every time I think Houston's going to slip up, and I look deep into the game, they haven't. But what was it, Saturday they didn't cover? Hold on.
Against Cincy, yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, man, there's been so many spots where it's like, hey, I'm fading Houston, and then Houston's up by like 20, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't really have a lot of thoughts on that. I'm probably going to stay away from that one. Do you guys have any leans on that game? Wichita State maybe with the points?
I wouldn't be taking Houston, but I'm not betting it. Houston they cover. They're a covering machine. Is it a little short, like our guy Shanley's saying in chat? Maybe a spec, but it's still a conference game at Wichita State. They get respect.
Yeah.
They get home respect.
Yeah.
Even though they're not good. They're coming off a great game. I watched that game. I had units on that game. Wichita against ECU. I mean, they looked incredible in that game. If they play like that, they could win this game. But, I mean, they've looked great in like one game this whole season. So, I'm not believing that that's going to be a recurring thing, personally. I'm off that game. Ben,
is Houston going to make the Final Four?
Probably.
I think they will.
I think if I had to take one team, gun to my head, to make the Final Four, I'm probably going to go with Tennessee. I don't even care they lost last night. Probably take Tennessee. I think Tennessee is the most complete team. Houston, they're very similar teams. I give Houston a little bit of a coaching advantage, and I give Tennessee a little bit of an offensive advantage, obviously. But very similar teams, usually pretty consistent. Last night was tough against Florida. Shout out the Gators. But I think I'd probably rather go with Tennessee personally. I think there will be a game in March where Houston forgets how to score. It happens every year.
Yeah, I think Houston is they're one of the teams up there. It's very draw dependent. It's like if they run into a team, like not that it's going to happen seeding wise, I'm just talking like style of team. If they run into like a Bama team that's going to really run and gun, that could be a really bad matchup for them if they just forget how to score or their defense is not ideal that day, or they run into somebody who's Mason Gillis like last night, just shooting out of his mind. Like they're one of those teams that I have to see the bracket.
Which they lost to Alabama earlier in the season. So, yeah, you're completely right there.
Okay. Well, Ben, before you go, man, what's your favorite play of the day if it wasn't already UAB's?
Yeah, I'm going to go with, I think, Montana. Montana -6, but I think it might have moved. But I think I like it up to 7. I've been fading Northern Colorado. That's my alma mater. But, man, Jovan, I know you came on here and you were talking about them, but I don't know. I think it's coaching, man. I think that's what the issue is, because they have, like, the talent. I watch them play, and I'm like, Kuntz and Connect, like, you watch them play for, half, and you're like, holy shit, these guys are good. But then they don't show up, like, for a full game, and I don't know what's going on. What do you see out of them, like, just looking at it from afar? Because I'm kind of biased being a fan of them.
Yeah, I mean, Connect is I like him more as just a guy who, like, at times can shoulder the load. But I mean, you're 100% right. It's I praise him more than necessarily the team, because I mean, obviously the team's bad. He's kind of like a guy who I can rely on. Like, if he had props up, I would love, because he's a guy he can go over and take over a game at pretty much any point. He hasn't done that at consistent levels. Like, I hate it because they're very inconsistent. But I mean, I'm with you on this Montana play for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fine with 6.5. It's in that 6.5 on DraftKings, so I'm cool with that. Montana, kind of a sneaky, tough place to play. Northern Colorado on the road just traditionally hasn't been a good team, especially against Montana and Montana State. So that's probably going to be my best play, just based on where the lines are at this point in time.
Nothing like fading your alma mater, huh?
Yep. Krabs is like, I don't know how that goes.
Hey, I fade my teams too, man. And
I feel like last year I think you faded Virginia Tech quite a bit last year. Am I right about that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, money's green.
It is.
Money's green.
It is.
I don't prefer to do it, but it has to be done at times.
It does. It really does.
It's tough to fade them this year when they're so freaking bad. I'm just waiting for them to kick up. They got so much freaking potential. It's such a waste. Such a waste. Mike Young is one of the worst in-game coaches I've seen in college basketball this year. He doesn't do shit during the games. He might as well not even be there. He might as well not be there. He doesn't do anything.
Like, what is he doing out there? Just putting subs in? Like, come on.
Well, he puts subs in at the worst fucking times. We get on a little run, then he puts in the B team. He doesn't call timeouts. He doesn't do anything.
He's a terrible interviewer too.
He's just not it. He's the worst interviewer in college basketball. He's just boring as shit. Yeah. He's like a grandpa, dude. He's fucking old, and he eats popcorn at the game before it. I don't know. He's a weirdo. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Well, Ben, as always, my man, we appreciate you having you on. All right. Go Montana.
Stay hot, boys. Stay hot.
Stay hot for sure. It's a win-win tonight with that bet, though. No-co wins. You're okay. It's your alma mater. If your bet hits, your bet hits. Win-win.
I just hope it doesn't hit in the middle, right? Montana wins by 4, and then that's where shit.
And now we know what's going to happen.
Oh, shit. Right. I shouldn't have said that. Clip that out somehow.
Yeah.
Let me work on that.
All right, boys. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. We'll catch you. Beast. He's got one of those big hats, too. Those are fresh. I'll have to have him put that on next time.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. You want to go through the rest of these games?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Chat, you guys want to go over anything else today, or you want us just to dive into CBB? Let us know. We'll get started off with Marshall and App State. All right. You brought this one up last night. I snagged +4. I don't know. There was a book laying, and I don't know why. A new book around me. Snagged it. Boom. Got +4, +3.5. Jovan, the thing you brought up to me that caught my eye, the last time these guys played, now it was, over a month ago, last time they played, Marshall motherfucked them.
Yeah.
Beat them by like 30. Now we're getting a +3, +3.5. It opened up +4. A little weird.
Yeah.
A little weird to me, especially with how good Marshall's been. Where's your head at?
Yeah, and I mean, they've been really good. they've been prone to a couple bad losses. I mean, they had a really, really bad one. I think it was 2 or 3 games ago against Louisiana Monroe, which they're just absolutely pitiful. But yeah, they in that first game won by 26. And it's not even like there is a somewhat similar line because they were at home catching 9.5, 10 points. So it's not like it was, we're getting a 7-point swing on a game that was 20 points the other way, which I think is a little crazy. And for this App State team, who's pretty built on defense, they let Marshall do whatever they want offensively because that's just how good Marshall is defensively. And their defense lately has been really, really good. And the last time, they've given up less than 50 points in 4 of their last 5 games. Only one was a shootout against Coastal Carolina where they scored or gave up 93 points. But other than that, they've been really, really solid. So do I think that they're going to come in here and necessarily shut down Marshall and hold them to under 50 points, whatever? No. But I think they're going to do enough in this game. And this line reeks. I'm going to wait to lock it in just to make sure there's no continued move or late move towards Marshall's way, getting up to that 4.5. But as long as we're sitting here, I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely is moving back from 3 to 3.5 for sure. Still 3 on some books. Also, our guy Lance is asking any action on Central Connecticut State that starts in 30 minutes. I almost took Central Connecticut State. I mean, you probably know why. Not rocket science. Line flip from +1 to -2.
Yeah.
Team that's 6-17 this year. Oh, look, the Gen's on it. Shocker. I do think they get it done. I'm trying to be really picky right now. I mean, we're on an absolute heater, guys. So I'm not really trying to force. And personally, I think I'd be more upset if I bet Central Connecticut State and it loses than my happiness if I bet them right now and it wins because it's during work and stuff and it's just going to piss me off.
Yeah.
So I think I'm good. I definitely lean that way. If you want to responsibly bet a day game, take Central Connecticut State ML. I like it. Did you look at that game at all? I mean, I'm sure you saw the line and we're like, what the fuck? But
yeah, I mean, I saw the line, nothing more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'd have to lean their way. They're god awful. And anytime they have a pretty significant like dog to fave move, it ends up pretty well, especially recently.
Fuck. You want to take them? No.
No, don't force.
Fuck. Yeah, we gotta stay on a bender because although some of us in here might not be winning, there are people in this community who are. And it might be on college kids missing free throws. It might not be the NBA or as exciting or on national TV or as mainstream, but the bet still hit. That's all I'm going to say. 8-2 yesterday. Sure.
There you go. That's hard.
That's hard. Just got to click the right button, Caliber. You get it, brother. Troy ML. Yep. All right. Why don't we go in order, though?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Slightly.
Okay. We already talked about App State. FIU Charlotte. Does that tickle your fancy at all? Khalifa?
I mean, those
Khalifa did us so dirty the other day, man.
He did. And I mean, this game's kind of weird because
it's a fat spread.
It's a fat spread, but looking at the splits, I mean, FIU hasn't been great, so it's no secret. I don't think the spread is like unreasonably large.
Man. What the fuck?
Yeah, but look at the splits: 9 down to 9.5, and Charlotte has probably their biggest game of the year, hosting FAU looming on Saturday. So I mean, could it be a look-ahead spot? I think it probably could, and just based on the splits and the line and the movement alone, FIU certainly intrigues me. I know they've been, I guess, playing a little better as of recently, especially offensively, which used to be their calling card, but they couldn't score for a while. But maybe Charlotte runs into a little buzzsaw today. Have to look ahead.
Don't let FIU get hot. They've won and covered 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Sure. Charleston off a loss. Give me all that. Not so fast. Not so fast, Lee Corso. I don't know. I'm definitely not taking the wagon. I'm rooting for them. They can win this game. They should win this game. They have to win this game because they're in no auto bid territory, I'd say, right now. They kind of got to win out in conference rest of the year. So come on, boys. We want you to get an auto bid. Come on. You deserve it. So, Ron, what's up? Screw it through a little bit on Central Connecticut. Sure.
There we go.
Sure. All right. We've got, the splits on Charleston. Yeah, they're getting bet pretty heavily. Not shocking, right?
Yeah.
That Detroit Mercy line doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying I want to bet it. I'm always down to, and Dead Larry Bird, we can look at Oakland's if it's not already up. You'll see everything on the screen if you stay here. So, I'm not in a rush to take it, Jovan. I'm cool with not taking it, but what the heck? What the heck? I'm always down to not take Antonio Davis because I just feel like their lines are always sharp because of him. And to be completely honest, it makes sense. He's awesome. I don't want to take him. I never like bet on this team. They never come through for me. But please explain to me that line.
Well, it did. Maybe I want to update it and make sure because it did flip. So I'm seeing some Cleveland State minus.
They are plus 1.5 now. Yep.
Yeah, which I guess it's
that might be wrong. Yeah, it's not updated yet.
But yeah,
Cleveland
didn't
State
make a
is
little
getting
sense.
nuked.
I don't want to
They're
know.
getting
Yeah,
nuked.
I mean, I'm sure they're getting nuked. I mean,
they already played once this year. Cleveland State romped them, put up a 90 piece.
Moneyline splits are wild, but yeah.
Yeah, what are they? I don't know which one they are.
Rare.
Okay, yeah, go back. Sure. Yeah, dude, the moneyline splits look good to me, man. Fuck. And that's what people are betting on in this game, not the spread. And that's probably why they haven't even updated it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Dang. The flip, though. The flip might be it for me.
Yeah.
It might be the flip for me. If you remember, Fletch McGee is him, but better at everything. Who? Antonio Davis?
Antoine Davis.
He's a better Fletcher McGee. I remember Fletch.
Yeah, of course.
He was a dog.
Should have won that game.
I know our guy Ref is on Detroit as well.
Yeah.
It's definitely the side, but I think the flip is sketch. But it could be because they're just getting nuked. You're right, Ref. 100%. All right, let's move. The flip is justified. I agree. We want to scroll down here?
Or? I mean, I thought we were going to go right here. No?
Oh, I mean, I'm not fading them.
I know you want to, though.
No, I don't. I want to root for them, man. I want to have a team.
All right, fair.
I mean, if you have a pitch on Drexel, please, by all means, I am all ears.
I definitely have no pitch.
Okay, all right.
It's just it's definitely an interesting line and interesting move as well.
Maybe Charleston's losing a little bit of their swagger. Yeah, I mean, they can't be feeling too comfortable with how they've been playing. So, I'm not saying Drexel is like going to play at Krzyzewskiville down there at Duke, but that's not going to be an easy win. They get it done, though. Yeah. Towson Hofstra, Jovan. God damn it. Lines pulled back. Splits looked good for Towson, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
Did they get us?
I don't know.
Did we get got last night? I already locked in Hofstra, but I mean, I'm more than happy to cash it out. I still think the line is weird. Again, it shouldn't all be about the lines, right? We got to use basketball brain too. Hofstra's been on fire. Towson has been overrated all season, but they are on a streak right now, and they're doing what they got to do, right? Maybe they're starting to get going. Maybe they're starting to be the Towson Tigers everyone expected preseason to potentially win this conference. I don't know. They just put up a 92-piece against the Tribe. Hofstra, though, on the other hand, I mean, they just beat Charleston. They've won and covered 3 in a row, 4 or 5. So Estrada and co. are back on track, right? Towson looks like they might be getting back on track, too. This is going to be one heck of a game.
Yeah,
one heck of a game. Where's your head at? Where's your head at, man? They already played, and I think Towson crushed them.
Yeah, they destroyed them. That was honestly like one of Hofstra's worst games of the year. I mean, they put up 47 points. Estrada was a ghost. Pretty much everybody was a ghost in that game. Shot 4 of 27 from 3. Only went to the line 6 times. I mean, they were
worst game of all time.
They were awful. So the thing is, with this game, I'm not so much scared of the line move because you know what, the exact move and exact line that came out is the UNC Wilmington game where we were also on Hofstra, and they came out and won that game by 24, 25, something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not necessarily scared of the pullback that much, but I'm more scared of the spot because, I mean, Hofstra, since that point, has been really, really good. So if you're looking for any type of concern, that would be it for me, but it doesn't really make any sense whatsoever that they're, favored by this much at home after what happened in that first game. So it's a little strange. I'm sure, Hofstra gets some respect, I guess you can say. If you look at probably rankings and everything, I would assume that they're a little favored, but gotta look at the spot. It doesn't make much sense.
Our guy Espresso Bats is saying Towson fits his Ken Palm model he was talking about the other day, which Espresso Bats, props to you for putting work in, man, and keeping track of that shit. I absolutely love it. They've got him they've got Hofstra at -6. Little weird. Dead Larry Bird, our guy, is talking about Rice. I don't think I've hit a bet on or against Rice all season. I don't like the line move. Louisiana Tech still overvalued from when they had big boy center. I can't believe I'm not remembering his name.
Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton, stud. Louisiana Tech, one of the best mid majors in college basketball over the last 10 years. This year, not so much. This is a rebuild year for them, right? They're coming off a nice win against UTSA, one of the worst teams I've ever seen. Rice is coming off of getting spanked by UAB. Other than that, though, they've looked great. I personally don't have a lean in this. I don't hate taking Rice, I guess, but I don't really have an edge.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that I would love to take in this game because I mean the first game was great. First game went in overtime. Kind of played, or Louisiana Tech played into Rice's strengths a little bit, letting them shoot the ball. Shot 12-28, which a lot of the misses were from overtime later in the game too. So they're really on fire for a while. So I mean, if they can go and shoot the ball again like that, they probably win this game. To be honest with you, but it's a big coin flip. I think they either win this game outright or just get killed.
Okay. You want to move down to that Michigan game? The splits look pretty good for Michigan. We already talked about it, so we don't really have to dive in, but I definitely lean the Wolverines on the road here. I do. It's still betting on Michigan. It still doesn't feel right. It's like betting on Duke. So
Yeah.
I'm probably going to stay away, but I definitely lean the Wolverines. I obviously love the line move. I don't really believe in Northwestern, but hell, they keep winning. So who's to say they don't win this one? I don't know. But I do think Michigan covers. Give me the points.
Interesting. So why do we think Strother is inconsistent when he's shooting 44% from three with not as nearly as many chances as Timmy? It's a good question. Maybe because his last 3 games, I mean, smaller sample size, but he does this time and time again. His last 3 games, he scored 40, 15, and 6. So if you want to talk about inconsistency, that's the name of it right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had he's only reached that 20-point mark twice in conference play, which for a guy who's supposed to take over the team and be the lead guard, I don't know what you're doing out there. Shooting 8 shots in a game in the game they lost against LMU. It's just not acceptable from your lead guard. That's just
playmaker.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed. All right, we move. Ohio State laying 7.5.
That line is
anybody
wild.
right now is weird. Isn't that wild?
It's a little wild.
My goodness. I like Ohio State. I don't really feel like getting bamboozled again by them, but the splits look kind of nice. Wisconsin's a public dog, right? It's not like Wisconsin's been playing great, but I like Ohio State laying the points here at home. Vegas thinking maybe they get back on track today. Wisconsin looks like shit. I know Wall is. I haven't heard anybody talk about Wall in a month because he hasn't done anything. So it's Ohio State or nothing for me here. They're healthy. They're healthy now finally.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. And this spread is just so fat for it seems like no reason because I mean Wisconsin's been terrible, absolutely. But Ohio State's been in spots where they kind of had a chance to beat one of these bigger teams. I mean, they're both on the road, so it's tough. But I mean, Indiana, they could have shown a little bit of a pulse there. Illinois fell short as well. Even Nebraska on the road game before that. So it's tough. They haven't really shown anything unless they're at home, which they are today. And Wisconsin, I mean, whether it's Wall, whether it's Chucky Hepburn, who looks like he thinks he's Steph Curry every game and goes 1 for 8 from 3. They're just not a good team right now. They're really not. Agreed.
And yeah, this and splits are fire, guys. If you're not using these, figure it out. But yeah, look at them all. You're right, Chuck. Good work.
Decent covers. Don't use action, but use the other 2.
All right, let's scroll. Let's move.
Gross.
I got nothing in these, man.
Gross.
Troy, I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to take Troy today. on the ML against Southern Miss. Now, I haven't really hit a bet against Southern Miss either. But one thing I know about Troy, they play defense, they win at home, and look, they're playing like shit. They are. But they're 7-2 at home this year. These guys already played. Troy kept them very, 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 very close. Very, very tight game. Only lost by 4. Now they're favorites against the best team in the conference, debatably. Give me Troy to get it done at home. Give me the ML. It's a gross bet, but sometimes gross pays. I'm backing Duke Miles. I'm taking the Troy boys. All right. They get it done. Where are they at? Alabama? Is that where Troy is?
Yeah.
Okay, they get it done down there in Bama tonight.
There you go, the Sun Belt. Go to the Sun Belt. Yeah, I mean this line really makes no sense. This
Yep.
Southern Miss team been absolutely unreal, and Troy just, I mean, they've been mid. They're like a perfect mid in that conference. So I will gladly take a stab at Troy. This just feels like a super, super weird game, and I know it was a really close game. First game they played at Southern Miss, but I mean that was a abysmal 3-point shooting performance from both teams for most of that game. I don't think that continues. I think there's going to be a lot more driving to the hoop in this game, so it's moving their way, and I like it.
I like it too. Can we see the ML splits?
Yeah, I just had those up.
And guys, if you're looking for another place to look at splits, you got to use Pickett as well, right? Smaller volume. Yeah, those splits pay and play.
They do.
Nice.
They do.
Guys, use this or not? Yeah, use Visson too, but use Pickett as well, right? We know exactly where that data is coming from. We could trust it, right? It's not the biggest sample, but it's 100% accurate. We know that. So make sure you guys are using Pickett. Make sure you guys are following us on Pickett, right? Make sure you guys are using Pickett for yourselves, most importantly, and tracking all your action to make sure you're not losing all your money. All right? Use Pickett. Hold yourself accountable. Be transparent. Track your bets. Be a better in 2023. All right? Write that one down.
Be a better
Clip that and sell that. Put that in a commercial. All right?
There you go.
Okay. We like Troy. Guys, here are your UAB splits that you've been screaming for in chat, even though you could have looked it up yourself. A lot of big bets on UAB.
Yeah.
Would like to
Beautiful
see the
split.
splits for the ML here too, but some big old bets coming down on UAB spread.
Yeah, splits look good.
Splits look fine. I mean, definitely a little public, but
Yeah,
lines
not that
moving
bad.
accordingly
Yeah.
from 1 to 1.5. So, or pick them to 1.5.
Yeah.
I'm on the ML. I grabbed -110 late last night. All right. I would still take the ML. Eat the juice. Don't fear it. Embrace it. We ride. All right. They win this game. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tough. I get it in now. I have a feeling Jelly Walker is going to be playing. He was a game time decision in his last game. These are the games, like our guy Ben Carey was saying, these are the games that Jelly Walker needs to be playing in, that people are going to be watching, games that are on TV, because he's trying to get freaking drafted, right? He's got to go off. He's got to play. This one's on CBS Sports Network. Let's go. They got to get it done. I have a feeling he plays tonight. I mean, the spread is telling me he is. He almost played last game. He's got to go. He's got to go.
He's got to.
Anything else on this page that's jumping out at you?
I mean, somebody was saying, look at the Wright State, Youngstown State total. I can't say I really have any thoughts on that total. I don't know if you do,
No.
but my man in chat who's asking for it, love to hear your thoughts on that one.
Wright State and Youngstown State, the total.
Yeah.
I mean,
the splits look a little crazier.
the
than
under's
total.
getting nuked.
It's moving up.
No, it moved down a point.
Okay.
That's what I was just looking at. I don't really have a lean in that, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't
I
either.
wish I did, but I don't. Keep going. Queens.
Queens? The Queens there?
I don't know if I want to take them, man. I don't really care for Lipscomb. I'll tell you that much. But Queens has become a public darling these days.
Yeah, sometimes.
They're not just our queen anymore. Unfortunately, they're for the streets. It is what it is. I'd lean that way though. I mean, take Queens every game this season. You're up coin. The books don't know how to account for these D2 teams coming up that are actually good and better than a lot of these other teams. Give me Queens. They probably cover. They probably win. They're electric. What about any of these other games, Jovan? I don't really have anything in these. What are you looking at? Little Rocks?
No, I was just chilling on the page. I
Oh.
know I see Stanford in the chat. They're sharp every game. I'm kind of good on them because I don't think Utah is very good. Here we go. Here's a game that I'm sure you want to talk about.
Here's a guy.
Oh, here's-
BYU's. I'm a Mormon tonight, brother. Someone's got to do it. I think I got a fire line in this. Whoa.
There we go.
Who's calling you? Who's giving you a call?
I think that's the campus actually telling us that campus is closed.
Okay. You guys still don't have class?
No, I mean we do. We might tomorrow, but that was their little update. They send a text, they send a call, they send an email. They make sure we get.
Sure.
They make sure we get the message.
You gotta be notified with that shit.
Yeah.
All right. Give me BYU at home. Look, Loyola Marymount has been cracked, and look, this team is no joke. This is long overdue. I think we all expected this from this squad maybe last year. They kind of underperformed, but they're here. They're playing great. I mean, they're coming off of wins against Gonzaga, Portland, San Diego. Pepperdine sucks, but 4 great wins, 4 great covers. All right. BYU, on the other hand, is playing like crap. They've lost 3 in a row, 4 or 5. They're not covering. They're not winning. They're not playing well. They're not doing shit. And these guys already played a couple weeks ago. Loyola Marymount beat them by 5 when they were -1. Now they're back going to BYU. BYU is laying 5. My goodness. And the splits look good. BYU at home is a cheat code. We know that. Those kids are so freaking horny and riled up. They can't fuck or do anything. They have so much energy. They're going to be bringing that to the arena tonight. And BYU is going to win this game big and get back on track. All right? Give me BYU. We're going to be Mormons tonight, and we're going to be soaking in our winnings. All right? Come 11 o'clock. I got -3.5. I still like -5. I like whatever. They win this game by 10.
Yeah.
Give me the
I'm with
Cougs.
you. I'm with you. I think they rolled today. And BYU, like this total, honestly, going up. I want to see the splits. Yeah, the splits on that total, they're really, really strange to me. Because that first game, I believe it was super low scoring. Yeah, I mean, the first game was 64-59, 123 total. The total was pretty much in the same spot that it is now. That game soared under by 20-plus points. And BYU couldn't really shoot. They didn't really try to shoot. They were 2 of 13 from 3, so not many attempted, not many made either. And at home, that kind of drastically changes for them. So I think we see them get hot from deep tonight, and I think we see a lot of points. I think they win in a blowout in this game.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Take the points. Lay them. Don't fear the spread here. Embrace
Lay
the
'em.
spread.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, John McCain. We like Troy. Yep. All right. What else? Northern Arizona. Shout out Jalen Cone. Ex-Hokie. He's balling. I don't really like anything late night tonight.
I do.
Hey, let's go. Feed me.
I like these guys. I like San Fran today.
Oh, my gosh.
Love them. Absolutely love them.
Really?
This is, yeah. I mean, we talk about look ahead spots. I mean, this is prime with St. Mary's, probably with one of the biggest games they've had ever. And like when they host Gonzaga, it's always a huge game. But now I think it's the first time at least in a while where they're going to be favored. And they're coming off of some absolutely unreal performances. These last couple of weeks, they've looked immaculate, both defensively, and they've been really efficient offensively as well, even if they're not putting up the number of points, which, to be honest with you, outside of that BYU game, they have. For this offense, it's usually pretty anemic and slow. They put up 75-plus points in all 4 of those games, or nearly all 4 of those games before the BYU game, those super low scoring. So I think that they come in, I don't want to say they lay flat, but I think San Fran is a team who can get hot from deep. St. Mary's defense is really good, and they've allowed, I guess if you look at their numbers, a lower 3-point percentage than you really think they do because they've played a lot of poor 3-point shooting teams. That's not San Fran. They're going to stroke so many threes. That's just what they do. So I think they're going to keep this one close today, and it's going to be a pretty nice look-ahead spot before that Zags game in 2 days.
Okay. I'm always down to take San Fran late nights.
Late night San
Always
Fran.
down. Always down.
Yeah,
A lot
splits
of
are open.
questions in chat about games we've already talked about. You guys got to tune in. You got to watch. Same time every day, hour and a half. All right? You got to tune in. We went through every single game, scrolled through them, talked about the ones we liked. All right? We like answering all the questions we can, but you guys got to tune in for the whole app. Yeah, Hero Walrus, Hofstra's the play, for sure. Oregon,
Yeah.
I'm not forcing Oregon today. I mean, I lean that way. I'm not forcing it. I think Arizona has been playing like shit, kind of, and they're due for a blow-up game too, where they beat a team by 30. And Oregon has been sharp every game, and I just don't think they're great. I don't think they're great. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same spot. I mean, if the roles were a little flipped, I mean, Oregon, we've been playing pretty well. Yeah, and 100%, Tyler, they haven't played much on the road at all, which is scary because when they have played on the road at any place really other than Cal, and I mean, they had a decent game against Utah, which was really more Utah losing that game than them winning that game. But other than that, they've been piss poor on the road in those couple games that they've played. So they've been doing that. They've been playing well recently. Arizona has not. I don't want to force it. I think it's – and, yeah, they already beat them too. It's a scary sight to back. They beat by 20. It's like I don't know. I'm good on Oregon.
Does the merch command not work anymore?
Is it not?
The heck? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Nightbot
It's late.
slacking today.
Nightbot absolutely lacking. That's crazy.
I appreciate it, Hero Walrus. Appreciate the support. If you guys want to buy merch, we don't fucking sell content. We don't charge for picks. We don't do anything. We've been winning bets. So if you're trying to get a comfy sweatshirt or some merch, t-shirt, whatever, link is in chat. All right? We appreciate you guys supporting the team. Okay? We did already talk about Wichita, Houston. I guess I lean Wichita, but I don't really want to get in the way of Houston right now. I don't. Yeah, Nightbot is I don't know. Nightbot might be smacked. I don't really know what's going on here.
Yeah, Nightbot's wilding right now. It's crazy. What are we doing?
All right. Well, why don't we go over some of the games we like the best today? Let's put together another winning 5 picks, all right, for the squad rides. Why not us? Why not us?
Why
not? We move. I mean, I'm down to put in Troy. I'm down to put in App State, Hofstra, BYU. Your late night play, San Fran. Any of those you really like?
If you had to ask me what needs to be in the squad ride poll, I would start with San Fran and I would follow it up with BYU.
Okay.
The ones that got to be in there.
Okay. San Fran plus 12, BYU minus 5?
Yep.
Okay.
The action, late night.
I'd like to put in Troy.
You put in Troy.
Troy's going to win this game today. I'll be on them. Troy ML. There's 3. Chat, what do you guys like today?
Yeah. Need your input.
Let us know. I'm already on UAB pretty heavy, guys, for POD. So, and also if Jelly Walker doesn't play, what's going to happen with the squad rides is we're going to put the graphic out, and then 3 seconds later, Jelly Walker's going to get announced out because that's what happens with the squad rides. So we're going to chill on that. All right. We could put in Hofstra. I need to see what these lines are doing, but it's looking like it's pretty much minus 2.5 a lot of places, which I don't like.
Yeah. Stuff.
Maybe we leave that one out.
Leave that one out. Yeah.
We could put Ohio State in. We could put Michigan in. I'd rather put Ohio State in than Michigan, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Ohio State's plus or minus 7.5. Shout out Auburn last night, first half, getting that done. By the way, love a good first half bet, getting it out.
There you go.
Love it.
Good to see it.
You got any other plays up your sleeve? You got any NBA up your sleeve, or?
I haven't even had time to look at that yet, which I don't really care to do it unless we got the time. But today I sure as hell didn't have it.
Okay.
So we're rolling.
Sounds good. All good. Why don't we put in... I'd say Queens, but it's probably going to win.
Always
Chat,
win.
what's your favorite play today? Give me your favorite play of the day. Go. Attack. Fire away. Here they come. Oh,
Eastern Washington. What's up with that one? Look at that one. I've seen that a bunch of times.
Northern Arizona's, Georgia State, Robert Morris, BYU, Sac State, Ohio State, Pacers, Coastal, UAB or Troy, sure. LeBron James over 90 points, okay. Every single answer is different, okay. What about UNO?
Yeah, there's a little move. There's a
All
move.
right.
I don't like that.
Okay, I was
I
waiting
don't
for you
like
to bring
it.
that up today.
Yeah, there's it was starting to move their way initially, and then it ticked back pretty heavy. So
Okay. Why don't we go App
backtrack.
State?
We can go App State.
We're both going to be on that.
Yeah.
Plus 3.5. Boom. All right.
Yeah.
We got San Francisco plus 12. Is that your favorite play today?
Yeah.
Okay. We got BYU minus 5. Troy money line. Ohio State minus 7.5. And we got App State plus 3.5 against Wagon Marshall. What could go wrong?
We could do it.
What could go wrong? Poll is up. Go vote. I'm going to be voting for Troy. Little Brad Pitt action.
There you go.
All right. Have you seen that movie? That might be a little bit before your time.
No, I haven't seen it, but I'm very aware of it.
Okay. Smart kid. San Francisco plus 12 looks juicy. Sure. Sure. Get your votes up. Get your votes up, chat. Come on. We only got like 40 votes in here right now. Not enough. We need your input. We need your winners. We need all 500 people in here. Clicking that damn button. All right?
Yeah.
Gavin wants to vote for the Mormons? Sure.
There
Central
you go.
Connecticut State money line? Sure. I like it. I like it. Yeah, that's a great movie, by the way. If you have like 3 hours, you can block out. It's a great movie.
Sure.
Okay, San Francisco's a trap. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll have to see.
St. Mary's.
Fargo Force is going BYU. Sure. His hat won't get straight. Okay. All right. So no class today. Maybe no class tomorrow. Is it still icy as shit down there?
It is. I don't know what the status of everything is. We just got a busted tree over here, but it's pretty icy. It's supposed to get I think above freezing tomorrow, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So maybe it'll still be iced in the morning during class, and I will be deemed unsafe to go to class.
It's already Friday. It's going to be Friday. You know, you're going to send the kids back for one day for the week.
Well, you know what the problem is? It's because like you have, if you send them back Friday, if you go back Friday, you got 2 days of both sets of classes. So like it's even. So they want to make sure that it's even across the board.
So they might be pushing.
Yeah, they might push a little bit.
What's the squad ride chat? You can still vote for it, my man. You could vote for it in the Twitch chat. All right? Yeah, it's been crazy down there, right?
Yeah, people don't realize because, I mean, like, people who live up north are like, oh, it's just an inch of snow. No, because we don't have salt or anything down here. There's, like, nothing except ice. Just no snow. It's just all ice. Like,
is it still undrivable out there?
It's gotten better, but it's still, like, pretty undrivable, yeah. I mean,
like, are the highways straight?
Highways are screwed. I mean, they got screwed within 2 seconds of any precipitation.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's snowing in Blacksburg this morning. Let's go, Zach. Good vibes. Zach, get your ass to that game on Saturday. We need everybody we can get there, all right? Castle Guard needs to be loud. Got to win out in the ACC to make the tournament. Trent can't even open his car. Okay. Trent, where are you trying to go, bro? You can't even go anywhere.
Soft.
I guess bonus, though. He can't get his car tucked.
Yeah, there you go.
Good. That's a win. That's a win. Can VT make the tourney? They probably got to win out, bro. They probably got to win out in the ACC, and that's not going to happen. So we got to win the ACC tournament, which could happen. It could. It could. Yeah, losing every game for a month really that put a damper on the season, I would say.
Yeah, usually
that's never good.
That probably hurts a little bit.
Is UAB back to a pick'em? Oh.
We'll keep tabs.
Oh. Caesars has it as a pick'em.
Should invest in some salt. That's right.
Caesars has it as a pick'em, but that's it. Everywhere else has it at -1.5 still. What is Caesar now?
Caesar.
What is he building in there? Squad ride's tight, guys. 59 picks for San Fran and BYU.
Oh.
It's tight.
The
Get your
Sharks
votes
coming
in.
on.
We still got another 30 seconds. Vote. Go.
30 seconds.
Go.
Also, anybody in chat, because I know somebody mentioned PP squares. If they don't put up San Diego squares today, I'm riding. I'm absolutely riding. I need those like I need air. Marcellus Earlington is up on that board. I mean, and Eric Williams for that matter. They're getting smacked, especially Marcellus. But I need those like air.
Damn, BYU won the squad ride.
Ooh, late.
Put it out there late by 3.
70, what a
67 votes.
What a battle.
That's hard. The Mormons pulled it out. Gavin is the happiest guy in here. Good work, Gavin. Good work. All right, so we're Mormons tonight. We're going to be soaking with our winnings, okay? Need myself a VT NIT future. Mods, get that guy out of here. Get him out. Get him out.
That's funny.
I'd rather not play in that tournament than go. Straight up.
You should play.
In late, who's Javon's riding with his favorite pick?
We go with the Dons.
All right. Yeah, the mods are in REM sleep. That's okay. It's almost the weekend. All right. Guys, we're on a heater, okay? There's no sense in hiding it. You guys know. All right. That's why you're in here, okay? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it grooving, all right? We're not firing 10 bets off today. We're cutting the card down because after a big day, we know the regression monster is waiting right at the door, right? Quality over quantity today. The card is not, it's not great. It's okay. It's better than tomorrow's. Don't even look at tomorrow's card. But guys, save the coins for the weekend. We're going to dominate Saturday. We're going to dominate Sunday. We've been dominating college basketball weekend bets all season, okay? So just because we're not running BTL, sure. Just because we're not running BTL on the weekends doesn't mean we're not giving out winners, all right? You guys know where to find us, okay? We need to buy merch. Yes, you do need to buy merch. Please. Somebody put the freaking command in the chat. I got it. If it even works, all right? Buy merch, support the team. No VIPs. Come on, no VIP premiums. 99% of people have already gone VIP premiums, all right? Get yourself a damn sweatshirt. They're comfy as heck. I'm rocking one right now. This is low-key probably the best one.
I know, that one's fire. I don't even have that one yet. I need to get that one.
All right.
Unreal.
Damn, you didn't get that one? Shit.
No, that one wasn't waiting for me.
Okay.
But I got a bunch. I didn't get that
Well,
one.
shit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hey, we got another minute here. All right. Got a Krabs hoodie. Need a milk one? Sure. Working on it. We're going to kill today. All right. We're going to smack all of our bets. Here's what I got locked in so far. All right. Give me a second. Right now, we got App State +4. We got UAB ML, POD. We got a Hofstra -3. Might end up hedging that out. I'd probably wait on that. Stay posted. Who knows? I might let it ride, but I'd probably wait on that, guys. And then BYU I got locked in as well. And I'll probably obviously tail Javon's POD. But that's his play. But that's what I got locked in. 4 plays.
Why not us?
Yeah, I'm not Chaco, your shirt hasn't shipped? Great. Chaco, if that's a problem in a week or so, can you DM me and bug me about it if I don't respond? And that goes for anybody in here who's having trouble with the merch. DM me until I respond. I get a bazillion DMs a day, but we will figure it out. We'll take care of you. We're not trying to fuck you guys over, all right? This is a community, especially in here right here, when you guys keep picking fucking winners and we're 42, 24, and 1 in squad rides. Dwayne Wade alley-ooping it left and right every fucking day. All right? Let's continue to roll. All right? We're going to keep hitting bets. We're going to keep working hard. We're going to get bigger size in the merch. We're working on it, I promise. All right? And we're hitting our bets tonight. Okay? Let's go BYU. We're soaking in the winnings. Jovan?